Hey there, fellow lifelong learners. So today is the very last day of 2019. It's December 31st. Isn't that crazy? The decade is almost up. I'm already 35 years old. And actually, I wanted to tell you the 12 lessons for life that I compiled together so that you can apply it in 2020, in 2021, and so on for the rest of your life. So here we go. Let's start on the first one. Let's get into it. So we're starting out with the first one, which is a bit harsh, so to say, but not everyone is going to like you. No matter what you do, there are bound to be people out there that just don't like you for some reason, whether it's something that you said, something that you did, the way that you look. They might not like your bald head. I have no idea why the person might not like you, but it's true. And you should just accept that because it's part of life. I mean, like, I found myself earlier in the year trying to seek out people to like me. And I'm just like, well, if I'm trying to seek out for people to like me, it may come across as not very genuine, inauthentic. Like, just be yourself. Like, that's one of the big lessons. I mean, of course, I didn't just learn about that this year, but I've just noticed it more. And that's why I've compiled this list, this very easy number to remember, 12. And also it's a play on words from 12, what is it? Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. So yeah, basically, you know, not everyone's gonna like you. So just accept that fact, be yourself. That way you can attract people that are actually gonna like you for who you are. Here's number 2. You do not need to say yes to every single opportunity that comes your way. Now, when you're first beginning out on your career or your side hustle, you might take on more than what you're used to, and you may take on opportunities that you maybe not wouldn't normally do. But when you get better at what you do, you have to be very picky about the things that you take on. You got to think about your priorities. You got to think about your family, about your job, about your energy, right? So you don't have to say yes to every single opportunity. You can say no, it's okay. So we'll just keep it at that. And if you have any questions about what I mean by this, go ahead and comment and ask, and I will do my best to answer. Number 3 is follow through with what you say that you are going to do, or what you plan on what you are going to do. This has been a big one for me this year. Planning for my course, for my book, for my job, for my family. You need to be reliable, not only to the people around you, but also to yourself. If you promise that you're going to do something, then do it and hold yourself accountable and please the people around you that you promise that you're actually going to do something. That will make them so much happier than if you do not follow through with your promise, especially if it's a wife or a husband. Like, that would just make them feel terrible if you say that you're going to do something but then you don't do it. Okay, so this is a huge lesson, one to follow always. And number 4 is persistence is key. Like, in the beginning, when you start doing something that you're not used to doing, like when I first started writing book reviews and posting anything about books, I had no idea which way I was going to be going in the future up until the point now. So persistence is key in whatever path you're taking in your life, at the beginning you're not good at it. But if you keep up with it and you keep on doing some like actual purposeful practice, you're going to get better. It's going to become more natural to you. So please don't give up on something right away. If you really enjoy doing it, don't give up on it. Even if it's just a hobby, that's okay. Hobbies can grow. Hobbies can change into things that you had no idea that it was going to be that good, that much fun, you know? So keep on going, stay persistent, and don't stop just because you feel bummed out that maybe you're not getting as many likes as you want, or you're not getting the recognition that you want. Hey, life is tough, right? But if you persist through, you will see results. The fifth lesson for this year is hold your loved ones close to you. Now, I haven't lost anyone this year, but in the last couple years, I lost my grandma, and that was really heartbreaking to me. And, you know, like, we can't help it. Death is quite unavoidable, right? So really hold your loved ones close to you. My parents are getting a lot older. Like, I don't know how much time left they have on this planet, so I really want to hold them close to me. My wife is so special to me. My daughter, she's like just 3 years old now, but yeah, I want to hold her very close. And this can also include friends too. Like, you know, these are the people that are going to be around you most of the time. These are the people that you can hopefully trust the most and confide in and share your thoughts and grow together. Like, keeping these people as close as you can and loving them and showing them gratitude is so important for your long-term success. Who is going to be with you when you get old? Think about that. Is it going to be your friend? Likely not. It's possible. Is it going to be your wife or your child? That's more likely. So you really need to hold them close. You need to treat them well and show them that you really love them truly and dearly. Number 6. Now this is a great one for you guys. Reading nonfiction books really does matter. So I've been reading for the past 4 years consistently every single day, and I've noticed a huge difference this year. Like, it's just compounded. All the knowledge that I'm putting in my brain is starting to seep out and actually come out in every single day of my life. Like, practicing all these principles, taking action on what I read. Reading really does matter, with action, of course. Without action, it still matters, but not as much. So, compounding knowledge. Keep on reading books. You'd be amazed. After 4, 5, 6, 7 years of reading constantly, it's gonna make a huge difference in your life as long as you take action on what you learn, what's actually applicable in your life. You're gonna be so amazed. Please take up the reading of the habit of reading every single day. You will notice the difference. Okay, let's do this starting in 2020 if you aren't already doing it. Number 7 is have healthy habits for the long run. And the 3 that I thought of that I benefited from this year were eating, sleeping, and exercise. So for eating, I've been eating a lot less meat, a lot more greens, and a lot less of portions. And this has made a huge difference in my energy, just the feeling. I feel so much better for eating a lot healthier. And the second one here was sleep. Now sleep, for me, I personally like getting 7 to 8 hours. That if I get that, I feel so much better than if I get 5 or 6 hours. It just doesn't feel like enough. I wake up in the morning, I feel like I still want to go to sleep if I don't get 7 to 8 hours. So experiment with that and see how you do. If you only get 6 hours of sleep and you feel like crap, then bump it up to 7 or 8. And the last one here was exercise. Now, if you can exercise 3, 4, 5 times a week, that's great. Even if you can do it every single day, but only 15 minutes a day, you don't have to make it a crazy amount. And my favorite type of exercise is running, and that's pretty easy. It's free. You can just run out on the street or whatever. Of course, don't get hit by a car. But anyway, yeah. So just make it easy on yourself and build up these habits, because you want to be able to live a long, healthy, and happy life to where you're 80, 90 years old and you can still walk around and still pick up your grandkids. That's awesome. And so use that as a motivation. Do your best. Be healthy. Number 8 is focus on one thing that you're good at. Now, as a lifelong learner, we are reading so many different books, maybe about so many different topics. And so sometimes it can become very confusing about what we actually want to focus on. Now, if you're building up a side hustle, it's very important to narrow your focus in on that one particular thing that you're good at. It doesn't mean that you have to stop learning about other things. It just means that you need to focus and narrow in, because nobody wants to have a product or service that is jumbled and doesn't really have a focus, and maybe they don't even know what the heck it's about because it's just all over the place. So focus in, build up that one skill that you're really good at while you're still, of course, learning about other things, because, well, that's what life is about, is becoming a lifelong learner, becoming a generalist, yet you're still good at that one thing. So that way you can use that skill in your job, in your career, in your side hustle, whatever it may be. So get to it, focus, find that one thing. Let me know if you need help finding it, and I can do my best to recommend some good books or just help you out in any way that I possibly can. So definitely DM me to let me know. Lesson number 9 is about finding balance between work, family, and fun. So this one was a really big one for me this year, because earlier this year I happened to have an anxiety attack, which was not fun at all, as you might be able to imagine. And some of you who might have already had one of these experiences before, you probably know exactly how I felt. So finding balance was actually a really big key for me to actually escape from having those anxiety attacks. I was working way too hard, work all the way until 12 or 1 or even sometimes 2 a.m. and then getting up at 6. That's really not enough time of sleep. It's not healthy. So finding this balance is actually so important. And life is not just about work. It's not just about making money. And actually, if you're working and not leaving time for family or fun, then you're actually doing yourself harm and you're decreasing your productivity. So we have to make room for hobbies and having fun with friends and family. That's actually one of the most important things in life, is building up these relationships. And I believed I mentioned it in one of the points beforehand. So if you have had experiences of working way too hard and not leaving enough time for your family or having fun, if you've had anxiety attacks or something like that, just please go ahead and DM me anytime. I'm open for DMing about chatting about these types of things, and maybe I have some sort of suggestions for you, since I have had that personal experience. So feel free and DM me and we'll chat about it. Lesson number 10 is just do your best. Don't stress. It's kind of an adaptation from the 4 agreements lesson. Always do your best. So yeah, that's really all we can do, is we can do our best, nothing more, nothing less. Because if you know that you're doing more than your best, then you are not having a work-life balance. You are stressing yourself out from working way too many hours and not leaving you enough time for rest, relaxation, and fun. So that's more than your best. If you're doing less than your best, that means that you're being a lazy ass. You're not getting the work done that you need to get done. You're not following through with the words that you say. You're just being lazy, and then that will make you feel bad about yourself. Okay? And then if you're doing your best, you know this is at the level that you should be. You know that this is the goal that you should be striving for. Then you will feel complete. And that doesn't mean that you're not stretching yourself a little bit. If you're doing your best, you can still be pushing yourself. That is your best, but you're not burning out. You're not tiring yourself out. You are striving for the best that you can be. This is a great lesson for every single person to follow. Don't burn out. Don't be lazy. Always do your best. Don't stress. Lesson number 11 is kind of a sad one, but it really doesn't need to be, is accept that death is part of life. Now, you know that you're going to die, you just don't know when you're going to die. So, use that as motivation for you to always appreciate the life that you have on this earth. Use every single day to work towards your big dream, your big goal, to love your family, to do everything that you have desired to do. Use death as motivation. Use death as life, because that's really what it is. Okay? Death is actually part of life. And just appreciate it, okay? I think it's called memento mori in Stoic philosophy. You know? So don't be afraid of it, because it's going to happen. Use your time on earth for the best things that you can do, and just live your life loving it every single day. And now we have come to the very last lesson that I've learned in 2019 and passing it all the way over to you. And that is, always be grateful for everything that you have. Show your gratefulness. Show it to yourself. Show it to your family. Show it to your friends. Show it to the earth, to everything around you. To your boss, to your food. I mean, you should try to be as grateful as you possibly can, even to a stranger, even to people that you don't know. And when you show this gratefulness, and when you actually take actions of gratefulness, people will notice it. It's absolutely true. Some of the most wealthy people in the world are some of the most grateful ones. And it reminds me of the book that I read this year called The Go-Giver. And this is someone that shows their gratefulness by giving to people. And in return, eventually it comes around. It comes full circle. So just realize your gratefulness. Just realize that everything that you have, you should really try to be grateful for. I hope that makes sense. So now that you've heard all 12 lessons that I've compiled together, I hope that you learned quite a bit from them. Maybe some of them you know before, and maybe others are completely new. And I just wanted to make it clear that also, if you have any sort of issues that you would like to talk with me about, I'm always open for DMs on Instagram or even email matt@bookmatic.com. You can also check out some of my website, some of the things on there. I'm mostly active on Instagram, so feel free and DM me anytime and ask me any sort of questions that you have about any sort of problems that you're experiencing right now. And if you need reading tips or book suggestions, send me a DM and I will do my best to help you out. So if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button so this video spreads to more people and can help out more people. And feel free and give me a comment as well. So you guys, I will see you next video, and keep on reading, keep on learning, and take care of yourself always. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like these. Also follow my other social media accounts such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for more valuable content. Thank you for watching again, and I will see you guys next time.